My name is Ollie Duncan. I'm class of 2023 and I'm a product design major.
I'm Elaine Mansher. I am majoring in industrial design with a concentration in furniture design, and I'll be graduating in May 2023.
Okay, I'm Lily. I'm a junior at Appalachian State University and I'm an interior design major. I plan to graduate in spring of 2023.
Hey, I'm Roshni. I'm a junior product design major at Appalachian State University.
So we set out to have this brief that was called New Rituals, where the students in teams that were divided between the schools. So no student was on a team with people that they knew. And they set out to create a new ritual that looked at ways that we could and they could reassess, revitalize, bring back some happiness, if you will, or bring back some enjoyment in their daily lives. So the teams were set out to develop all of this information in a 5-day period. So the workshop is a 5-day event where we start out day 1 and they're introducing themselves to everyone there. By the Saturday, they've concepted, researched, and prototyped whatever their new ritual is going to be.
My group is great. They're Nadine and Andrea. They're both phenomenal designers. Nadine's major, I don't really know exactly what she does, but Andrea is also a product designer, and I think the three of us are going to work really well together. I'm really looking forward to it.
My group is awesome. They're all super cool and have their own, their own niche, their own program. They're studying the things that they're good at, but everybody's been working really well together, and I think we all kind of play to each other's strengths and are learning more from each other the more we interact and work on this project together.
The tea ceremony was great. I think that, trying to get into the headspace of designing a ritual or something that connects and brings people together, outside of themselves, and then also kind of connecting the full body. The ceremony really did a great job demonstrating how you can turn something pretty simple or a process that we think is got, a few simple steps into something that's more soaked in, introspection and self-reflection.
I'm really enjoying the trip. It's really great to be able to talk to a bunch of perspectives that I haven't before. I've met so many incredible people just today, and from many different walks of life, but also many different thought processes and many different educational backgrounds. So I'm really enjoying it. And also just, the location at Industry City is incredible.
Day 2, I think that besides the pizza, which was phenomenal, we had Jonathan Yoshida Rao come and talk. He's the design director at the Cartier Retail Innovation Lab, and he had some really, really unique kind of just tidbits of design advice in his presentation about kind of how we design, the process in which we ideate, and then how we simplify and remove our designs from our work. His thought process was really helping us kind of get into how design can be spiritual and what about that is important when we're designing ritual or a new ritual.
I'm Grace Powers with AppTV, and I'm here with the ultimate guide to App State for all of you brand new Mountaineers. Classes in session and campus life is back in full swing, so let me tell you everything you need to know to get prepared for a great fall semester.
Starting your college career can be stressful. Getting involved in one of App State's clubs and student organizations is a great way to get involved and meet other students. With over 400 clubs and organizations to choose from, you're sure to find something that's right for you. The Club Expo happened this past weekend, but check out appstate.engage.edu to see a full list of clubs.
And one of the best parts about being a Mountaineer, having the beautiful Appalachian Mountains right here in your backyard.
Make the most out of your time here in Boone and get outside and become one with nature. There are activities for all adventure levels, from mountain biking and hiking trails to river rapids and rock climbing. You can even rent outdoor gear from the Student Rec Center with just the swipe of your app card.
With a full class load and a brand new social setting, it's important to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, especially your mental health.
Counseling and psychological services are available to all students. The center offers individual and group counseling, as well as addiction treatment, help with eating concerns, and more. Call to schedule an appointment, or in the case of an emergency, a receptionist will connect you with a counselor as soon as possible. Your freshman year of college is a time full of opportunities. I asked several App State students what advice they would go back and give their freshman year selves.
If I could give a piece of advice to my freshman self, it'd be not to be afraid to go out and meet new people and to try new things and take advantage of most of your opportunities.
So I would say to my freshman self, I would definitely say, just take your time, enjoy it, enjoy college life, get involved, and just have fun. College is the best time, and it's so much fun. And get involved and have fun. So
I'd probably, if I could give any piece of advice, I'd let my freshman self know to get out there more, get out of your dorm room, go do clubs, or go just talk to people, because everyone's just as nervous and scared as you are. So don't be afraid to meet people and chat with people, because that's how you're going to make friends.
Well, I've given you the most important tips and tricks to have an incredible time here at App State. Now, all that's left is to make the most of your first year. I'm Grace Powers for AppTV. Be sure to tune back into our regularly scheduled programming. You won't want to miss it.
Day 3, yesterday my group had kind of a standstill. We had a lot of ideas for our product and ritual, just going in a bunch of different directions. So we kind of took a breather, took a break, and kind of slept on that and came back together this morning. And one of our group members, Ridima, she actually had a really cool idea that also kind of tied with our other group member, Emilio, his idea of this kind of phone attachment for, you know, a way that a person could look away from their phone but turn and look to the back of their phone instead, and kind of giving this already important artifact like a new purpose. So that was really cool, and it was just a lot better, a lot more productive today.
Yeah, so today is like the, you know, final direction day in the week. My group, although I think is moving a little bit slower than some of the other groups, we've started to move in the direction of food and how food brings people together. And so our ritual literally joins 3 people between these, in this process, and it requires the 3 people to perform it. And we're still working out some logistic stuff, but we're pretty confident in that direction, and we want the overall experience to be intertwining is our word. So we want the people that come together, the food that comes together in this ritual to be celebrated in their heritage, in where they come from, and the people that bring them, and then in doing that also bring together the people who are performing the ritual.
So our ritual has to do with the sun and like appreciation. There's something actually that happens in New York that we learned about today from some of the people, like some of the professors from New York. It's called Manhattan Henge, and it's when the sun is perfectly aligned with some of the streets in Manhattan. Shadow, like the piece looks best like with when the sun like creates a sharp shadow. And so like later when like the person looks at the piece, they'll like think about the moment and like appreciate the sun from that time.
So our project centers around making kind of a mundane or a thoughtless task have a little bit more meaning. So we chose drinking water. And unfortunately, because our prototype is kind of large and has unusual materials, we'll be making more of a volume study rather than an appearance model. But we're gonna prototype this full, essentially, experience that we create for the user that kind of creates a whole ritual out of drinking water, this one tiny task. So you open up this whole mat that has an artifact in it and multiple interactions to kind of create this whole process.
You know, leading up to this point, we've gone through a lot of almost final concepts, and we've been in places where we thought we were at a final concept and then we were told to go back and revise. And I think where we landed is something that's gonna surprise the judges, our professors, and our other our peers, in the sense that, you know, it's brand new as of this morning, and I think that for being new since this morning, it's developed to the point of all of the rest of the teams, if not farther. And I think it's super strong, and I'm really excited for tomorrow. I think it's gonna go really well.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous. I think that showing this to the panel of judges is gonna be something, especially after meeting the first judge. I don't quite know exactly what to expect with everyone else. But yes, I think that it's just a culmination of a whole week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm stressed a little bit.
I don't think I'm nervous at all, really. I mean, the fact that there's not like a grade on the line or anything like that is what's making me not nervous, because I don't know, I'm one of those people that takes like grades and projects pretty seriously, but this feels a little more relaxed and a little more fun. And since it is summer for us, I think that's kind of made me less nervous and a little more relaxed and actually more excited.
I'm Nate McDonald, and this week is National Transfer Student Week here at Appalachian State University, and actually the Transfer Services are holding an event today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. where they're going to have free food and questions for anyone who's wondering about their transfer program. I'm going to see if I can get a few questions myself.
Hi, I'm Matt Huntinar. I'm the Associate Director for Transfer, Transition, and Engagement with Transfer Admissions and Engagement. And this week we're celebrating National Transfer Student Week. So we have events every day designed to, support transfer students. We want to, educate our campus community so they understand, more about transfer students, and really celebrate that 1 out of 4 students at App State is a transfer student. And so today we're in front of the Belk Library, and we've got Spin to Win. We've given out donuts this morning, and now we're doing pizza. We're very grateful that the Belk Library has partnered with us for this event.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So what would you say are the sort of resources that Transfer Services provide for incoming transfer students?
That's a great question. So we help all students, because all students, transfer or traditional, bring in transfer credit, either through AP credit or a community college or another school. So from the very beginning, when they are applying, we articulate their credit, and then we have transfer orientation. And then once they get here, we have events and welcome to App, because we know that students, transfer students, they may struggle with acclimating to this new campus, the new university surroundings. And then once they're here, we have events to keep them engaged. So we have the Transfer Student Organization, Tau Sigma, which is the National Honor Society. And one of the groups that I'm very proud of is the Transfer Student Mentors. And those are students that transferred to App, and they had a successful transition, and now they help other students transfer. But the other things we do is we help with a little bit of advising for incoming students, but once they get here, we just continue to support them until they their entire journey, hopefully till graduation.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So what would you say the rate of transfer students looks like this year as compared to former years?
It's good. App State has done very well with our first year numbers and our transfer numbers. This semester, we welcomed about 1,200 transfer students, which is about the same number we did last year. In January, we hope to welcome another 400 transfer students. So we're, App State, we're fortunate that we really haven't seen a decline in the number of transfer students. We're real happy too that this year we partnered with University Housing, and we have a residence hall that is dedicated to transfer students, Mountain Laurel Hall, and it's the largest on-campus transfer student community at App State. So we're very fortunate for that. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for this interview. I love this event, and I can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah, yesterday was really exciting, I think, because none of us had really talked to each other about our projects. So it was really kind of just this moment of being able to finally see what we've all been working really hard on, which was really lovely. And all of the teams did really well, and I was actually surprised with so many of them just because I had no idea what to expect coming in. The judging panel was really lovely, just a diverse group of people, diverse backgrounds. And I think for my project, they gave really helpful suggestions to improve the project, mostly related to details. But they were also, big picture wise, I think that they were pretty supportive of the concept, which was exciting. I guess a final thought is that I didn't really come into this expecting to have any long-term connections. I think I saw this as like a really cool experience, but I didn't really know what to expect, obviously. And I do think that I'm gonna leave with these connections to these people for a very long time. So that's really wonderful and rewarding. So yeah.
So yesterday was the final presentations. My group actually finished our project kind of early, so we had a little bit of downtime to look over the presentation and finalize things, kind of rehearse what we were going to say. And so that was kind of a really nice time to to not feel stressed and feel good going into the presentation. It was really nice. All the judges came out and were giving it was good to interact with them. They were representing different countries, different schools, and we'd kind of seen them earlier in the week. They had given us some feedback on our projects while they were in the process stage. I think everybody honestly did a really good job, and I think everybody deserved to win, but obviously, one group did have to win, and they definitely deserved it. I mean, everybody just really pulled out some really great projects, and I don't know, it was also just such a really good experience besides the whole competition. I think we're all just gonna take away the really good relationships we made and, learning what we learned from each other. It was really good.
During our presentation, our strategy was to involve the judges as much as possible. So we had one of the judges participate in our ritual, Jean-Jacques. He did a great job, and our setup for it was that, Nadine and Andrea would be participating in the ritual with Jean-Jacques while I kind of narrated the whole thing and tried to set the scene for everybody. The feedback from the judges was really, really positive, which was surprising but also gratifying because I do feel like we worked really hard, especially in the last couple days. The rest of the teams presented, and it was really, really great job by everybody. Some of the renders and some of the prototypes were really, really cool, and just because we've been so focused on our model the whole time, it was fun getting to see everybody's stuff for like what felt like the first time. Then the judges got to kind of talk after we finished up our presentation. They got to deliberate for like 30 minutes, and then they pulled us out came out to announce some awards, and they gave out a bunch of superlatives, and then at the end, kind of by process of elimination, we found out that we'd won, and it was a really awesome moment. I think that if you would have asked me 2 days ago if I felt like we were anywhere close to winning, I would have definitely said no chance. So yeah, super exciting. It was surprising, and it was just an awesome experience. I had such a great time, and my teammates were great, Andrea and Nadine, and yeah, just super grateful for the experience. Also, the Dean Campbell was there to watch the presentation, and our chair of the department, Brian Davies. And it was just great to represent App State in the competition, and felt like kind of bring it home in a sense. But yeah, it was amazing.
I'm Matt Huntinar. I'm with Transfer Admissions and Engagement.
Well, I have to ask, why did you guys decide to do tie-dyeing?
Oh, wow. Well, number one, it's an activity that really should be done outside. And it's a beautiful fall day. Why not be outside in front of Mountain Laurel Hall? Makes the cleanup a little easier when we're outside. It's just fun, and it allows students to be creative. And it's, a lot of students have never done it before. Many transfer students struggle with the process of coming to a new campus. They've had success at their previous college, so when they get to App State, they may be a little reluctant to form those new connections. And so the purpose of the events is to, yes, have fun, but really help them build those connections with other offices on campus, other students, have them join other clubs. Yeah, that's why it's important to me, because this week we're celebrating National Transfer Student Week. We know that what is good for students is for them to form those circles of friendship. And so they come to dye t-shirts, but they're also making new connections, making new friends, having fun, maybe taking a break from their academics.
So where can we hear more about future events?
So we post everything in Engage, and then every week, on Monday, we send out a communication, but every week it informs transfer students of the transfer events, but also the other events, like all of the homecoming events next week, all of the wonderful things put on by career development. We feel that our social media is pretty active, and we use Instagram, Facebook, of course, and then Transfer Scoop. Thank AppTV, thanks for coming and covering the event. You're always welcome to come to the transfer student events. Thanks a lot.